What's going on, my peeps? It's your boy Lem from Ascot and Hats, Real Talk. We are continuing our conversation with Frankie and Joe. We are discussing self-motivation, how Frankie and Joe are passionate about their craft and the people they serve, how their craft is their artistic outlet. They share how we connect as men and share a brotherhood. And last but not least, we share something really important, that you have to lose in order to win. Get ready, buckle your seatbelts, enjoy this ride as we continue the conversation with Chef Frankie and bar manager Joe.
As we're all back here together now, so we had to take a short little break. Had to walk through the orchard real quickly, grab a couple of things, and so we have a couple different pours here now. So we got some whiskeys on pour, and then of course a little bit of green chartreuse. Finish the episode off. Well, cheers to that.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
We're not finishing the episode. What are you talking about?
Well,
You're not going to talk about the fact that Lemon had to go to the bathroom?
Of course.
First of all, you should have that looked at.
Well,
I am very much young. Mike is the one that's old. Nothing's wrong with my prostate. I didn't ask for a break. That's all I'm saying. But you went after me.
Yeah,
you just came back. Yes, I did. Because I was thankful that you asked first.
I think guilty confession. I think we're all
guilty.
Yeah.
Frankie had to go too. Everybody went. Sitting there looking like a pretty boy, Frankie. Everybody went. You had to go too.
I got a face for radio.
Everybody went. Everybody went. Actually, you know what? I want to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Damn, that sounded ominous. All right.
Yeah, we all got quiet there for a second.
Really quiet. No, we've spent a good amount of time, which has been fantastic, about you guys talking about what you're pouring your energy into in terms of your purpose. The bars and the spirits experiences, the kitchen and the staff and the plates, which we experience here on the show so far. Yes. But you guys are more than just a bar manager and a chef. You touched on that, You're Frankie and you're Joe.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, right? Who you are as a person, forget about the job. Who you are as a person has compelled you to express yourself in the ways you guys do, through the bar and the kitchen.
Yep.
What do you think is a little deep? I'm going to get a little deep. But what do you think it is about people that you feel so compelled to find a craft that impacts them in a way that you get you guys were sharing like the ROI? When you see them affected by what you create through your passion, through your drive, why do you think you need that? As opposed to...
And I'm going to piggyback off of something that Joe said earlier.
Good.
Because I thought it spoke very loudly to me. He mentioned, while working in a certain restaurant group and playing different roles, he's like, I came in, I was shucking oysters at Ironside to prove myself.
No one wants to shuck oysters.
No, you don't. But
I have a daughter who did that.
But the intention behind everything, what I took away was the fact that he just said, for no other reason but to prove himself to something, an idea, but no one asked him to do. It was self-motivated to do so, right? It was for, if he did this, then if he did X, then he got Y. Right? It wasn't, it was because of self.
Yes.
That was my third job. I already had 2 jobs. I didn't need another one.
So why?
But I just wanted to prove to myself, like you're saying.
Well,
but
I
why?
just did 1 day a week. 8 a.m. opened the raw bar.
But what are you trying to prove?
And that's the fucking magical carrot at the end of the stick that we don't know why.
Do you not know why? Maybe you do know a little bit of why.
I wanted to gain the respect
you have
of my chef. I wanted to gain the respect of my chef at that restaurant.
What does that give you?
Clout.
To do what?
Get a pass? I don't know. It's almost like I could walk, like, front of house and back of house is a constant battle. Back of house, like, they work the hardest. They're there longer than the front of house. Front of house servers will walk with $500 a night and work 4 hours. back of house works 10 hours and they make $200 a night. It's
truth.
And it's the worst
And
thing
before
ever.
taxes.
And that's before taxes.
It's true.
And then back in the day before COVID, you would take the cooks out, you would buy them shots, and then the next day they would make you a burger. And I started checking out, like, hey, I can do it too. I'm one of you guys. And then every time I'd walk in, I always had food. They always make me food, but I always get them drinks. I always do whatever I could for the back house because I knew the struggle.
Do you think the collaboration with you two is so key?
Well, because of my time in the front of the house and having those experiences and understanding that there's a bridge that needs to be set there.
Giant.
Okay, there is.
I love that.
And
That's
because
tough to do with 500 a night versus 200 a night. That's tough.
I think we went down to 30 a night.
all situations are different, and I see the importance of it being a total team effort because of what we do back there and what they do up there, and your guys' ROI, right?
Yeah.
Do I want to be here? Am I all in? Do I like the bartender? Is the food good? Are people hospitable? Do I want because they said hello to me even when they didn't have to? Do I feel welcomed? Because I have all the choices of not being here, but I choose to do it and I choose to spend my money here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do we continue to make you feel that that's a worthy investment?
But how do you get? Why is that so important to you guys? Not as a bar manager, not as a chef, as Joe and as Frankie.
Intrinsically.
Yeah.
Why is that so
for
important to
me?
you? It's not important to me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
If you don't like what I do,
Yeah.
that's your fucking problem. Because I get ROI, and the way I measure, I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm not saying the way I measure success or that I'm doing and fulfilling my purpose is that I generate return, which in today's society is gauged by resources, right? Time and treasure. So if I have, the more time and treasure I accumulate, the more I have to offer my family. Because family for me is the driver.
Absolutely.
My wife and my kids, that's everything to me,
Yeah.
right? I don't need a lot. I don't. I genuinely don't. Right. If it was just me, I probably wouldn't have fucking like 2/3 of the shit I have. But it's time and treasure for my family. So I'm driven by wanting to see them happy. But that's my family. So actually, as I'm talking, I'm thinking about this. And you guys extend that to strangers. You
Which
All
become
the
a
time.
Which become
You
well
give
because
to
we have our own
strangers.
family.
Of course you do.
Because I have a we have our own work family.
I was going to say, we
Oh.
have our
'Cause I don't
family,
have the
but
driving force.
See, I was going like bloodline.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I see our work family more than I see my real family.
Absolutely.
And you
We talk about
you
that all the
consider
time.
them family.
Absolutely.
I choose the ones. Absolutely. Not everyone's on the
That's
same.
honest.
Not,
Yeah.
not
No,
everyone's
that's
on the
honest.
same pedestal.
That's honest.
For sure. I mean, we're people. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, I either like you or I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Either I
Yeah.
manage you as an
Right.
employee or I
Right.
take personal investment into your growth as a professional.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Like,
So you guys are passionate about people.
you have to be. Because it takes a village to do it.
But they're passionate about their craft.
But
that
And that's what it is.
extends-
And the
No,
people
but their
are
craft-
important to the craft.
Yes.
And I need the people in order for my craft to be successful.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I would flip it.
In this environment.
Well, I would flip it. I would say the craft is the medium to your connection to impact people. You have found
on both the team and the other side of the table.
you have
Yeah.
found a gift and a medium by which to impact your work family and the patrons, let's call them, that come. And that impact that you have to them is rewarding enough for you to keep doing it. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm fascinated because you don't know them.
Right.
But the patrons have become somewhat of the work family.
Not all of them, man.
Yeah, but shit, they here tonight.
Yeah, it's
As a percentage of the total population, very small.
Very small.
Yeah.
Very small.
But
They still serve
Yeah.
those
overly
everybody
impactful
else.
than the other side of the demographic who's not.
Right, but you still
Right?
you still do it
Because
for them
3
anyway.
of 1,500,
But
your impact on us and wanting us to this is what fuels the fire. This is cool shit.
But you still
Yeah.
do this for people who don't do shit for you.
yeah,
You still
Yeah.
do it because you have a love of almost like a love of the game.
Yeah.
it is.
You have a
it
love
is
of the game.
It's their
Exactly,
contribution,
It's
that's
the
what it is,
fucking
yeah.
game.
What's that?
It's their contribution.
That's what gives us our purpose.
Yeah.
Because
I'm in
so
fundraising,
selfless.
software,
I
engineering.
sound like a selfish motherfucker.
Yeah.
but I'm
Well-
just saying it's so selfless. I don't get it.
Well, see, I always boil it back into art, and the reason I do that is because
with you
see,
on
my
that.
sister's an artist, and so
She's a good artist.
Yeah.
she's
So are
a
we.
absolutely phenomenal,
She
brilliant
designed.
artist.
Did she design this? Just want to
She
highlight.
did.
She
Just
did
want
our
to
logo.
highlight Audrey
Yes.
real quick.
Yes.
Audrey designed
Audrey
this.
designed that
our
logo,
logo.
as
Yeah.
well as this one, and so a very talented artist, and she doesn't
No, not
see
that one.
that one too. She's done all of them.
Turn that around.
But for her, it's not about the ROI of making income off of it. It's about the passion behind it.
It's the process.
Exactly, and that's what inspires her to do it. Is it's like she doesn't care if someone buys it or if someone's going to, this was so great. Audrey did all of this. It's like more or less, I did this because, like you had said, it's for herself to know that I am capable of doing such an idea and actually taking it from your mind and putting it into the real world.
And she'll probably look at it and be like, this is amazing. I love it. This is good.
Yeah.
That's what I put out there on the plate. I don't care what anyone likes.
Exactly.
I have a cocktail.
A little bit of like my process comes from like how I came up again. Like we didn't do like the all right, once a week we go and get the big dump. We go to Costco, or it was like every day my pops went to the store and he grabbed the things that we were going to eat that day.
Yeah.
So we're having taco night. Hey, we got to stop by the store on the way home. It's fucking rad.
Yeah.
And that process of selection for the people who I've selected to have this
You're
like
creating your meal per day.
yeah, it's like this is the fucking apple of the day.
Yeah.
Right? Because this apple looks the best amongst all the other things.
Yeah.
And it's being in that process, like going to that store today. I have many things to choose from, but I chose this one because I think this one is going to be the best for the people that we're going to enjoy it.
But why do you love them so much?
The people or the process?
People.
I think you would.
I think the people are the byproduct of the process.
Yeah.
I can't what am I like the artist who does all the stuff that no one sees their work? Is it for the people to see, or is it about the process of creating the art?
Yes.
So it's the love of the process.
It's the process, and then you guys
100%,
get to share it because
You get to enjoy it.
I need to sell it in order to continue.
So if
to get the
everybody
money.
hated your food and everybody hated your cocktails, you'd still do it?
100%. I have a drink on the list right now that is my favorite drink. Least seller. Everyone hates it. I love it. I love the drink, but it has mezcal.
So that makes sense.
But he
But
created it.
I
Not
created
everybody's
it,
gonna
and
like your child,
and I was.
but you love your child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No. But I get it now. So
Yeah.
that helps me because when you give so much of yourself into your craft, right? And it's all for the purpose of delivering something to somebody that could shit all over it.
Right,
They
exactly.
go like, "This is the worst drink I ever had in my life,"
And
and,
I'll
they
put it
don't
out
know what
there.
the hell they're talking about. This is the worst steak I ever had.
No, what are you talking about?
You like it like charcoal.
Yeah.
Like
You
I
want
can't
A1
work with you.
sauce.
I
can't
feel
work with you.
attacked.
Yeah, let's not bring that part up.
I feel very
It
attacked.
wasn't directed at you.
Yes, the hell it was. A1 sauce, please.
But we'll both put it out there. And
But
be
so
like,
you can do
this-
it, but you do it because it is the process of creation and rendering that creation and then delivering it to somebody for them to experience, good or bad. That's what drives you.
Yeah, it's a byproduct, right? Like
Yeah, that's what trying.
like every plate of food comes with death. You gotta pull the vegetables from the ground. You gotta slaughter the animals to come to the plate. There's a process beyond just the steak.
Yeah.
How many different people, places, and efforts have come together
lot.
in order to just have that one piece,
piece
of
of
steak?
steak.
And if you want it however
make
you
the
want
plate.
it,
Yeah.
you have it however you want it.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
give a how you
Yeah.
want it.
Don't tell him that.
I don't really care. It's your money. You spend it how you want.
Other than well done.
You can have it well done.
Well, that's what they say.
But then, did you just hear what Frankie said though?
No, I don't.
That that in the death.
Came all the way up here to the
Yeah. But he said everything had to die for the process to go through.
That was.
I mean, that's
No,
that's
I
a
know.
powerful.
No, he
statement.
put it primal.
Yeah.
Because
Put
it's
it primal. Yeah.
Everything had to die,
Animal had to die.
and he
no,
doesn't.
and the
plant had to die.
vegetables.
And however you want it, that's your problem. That's your business.
But that's
I
the
will create it.
sacrifice to create.
Yeah.
With my medium, how I
exactly.
use
His process.
to create my art.
Yeah.
I use textures and colors and flavors, and mine's full sensory. When you sit it down, you smell it.
Yeah.
When you taste it, its temperature, its consistency, its viscosity. These are techniques that I used just like that cocktail that we had. It was viscous. It was multi-layered. It was cold. It was bright. It was clean. It was full.
What was it? The almond, the peach.
Yeah, it was like, it
the
was
whiskey.
different things. It wasn't just liquid.
No.
Right.
So it's interesting because, and this might be, I don't know if you guys will follow this, but we are both creators as well. But we do it in hardware, software, firmware. And we can destroy and create at will. And there's no real, other than energy, right? That's displaced. It's not the same, let's call it impact to climate or the world per se, that what you guys do, right? You got to kill an animal. You got to pull, you got labor, you got transportation, distribution,
Like ours is tangible.
all this other
So
stuff.
the interesting thing is, so to kind of bounce off of that, is that's why I really started getting involved into the cocktail realm. Because
this is good.
yes, it provided me that artistic output to kind of be creative and
But
not,
you are artistic when you CAD a piece of, for a tool.
certainly, but whenever you're doing that, you're not doing it for yourself in your own edification. It's for somebody else. Someone's paying you to do that.
I
and
disagree.
you're
You
providing
CADed a
something.
pretty crazy mask for a party that I saw, and then 3D printed it, and that was for
But
you.
was it for me or was it for the event because you had to
He
create
did it for
this
himself,
ambiance?
and I enjoyed what I saw when I arrived. I was like, "That's the shit."
I was
right there.
disturbed.
Because
Well,
you
you
liked,
always
but you
disturbed.
liked it,
But I liked it.
and he
did.
probably
And-
did.
exactly.
So
And
It was impressive.
it's
he can't see
him.
the mask. He's wearing it.
But see, for the cocktail,
But it's him.
when I'm designing a cocktail or curating a menu for an event, I am doing this for myself because it's an artistic outlet.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you don't
taking
get that
these
from engineering.
flavors. Not exactly, because you always feel as if you're doing it for somebody else. Someone else is going to profit off of it. Generally speaking, in most applications.
So I disagree.
But yourself included, though.
But
disagree.
but Mike, but you
I
know
create-
what? But
I
they're gonna pick apart his software, his engineering.
They pick apart his drink and they pick apart his steak.
But when he does his cocktails,
Yeah.
he doesn't give a shit what you think.
But
yeah,
what-
but
Just
also
when
the
you
depth
ask them about
in
the
that
rum.
process too comes
Yeah.
into the cocktail. Like you can't get without the distillation process, and you need
Right.
something like
Die.
Right.
Well, yeah, the yeast.
But why
all of it.
Why couldn't you feel? So I feel that way when I see a problem that has to be solved, and there is a population of people that are challenged by that problem and don't have a solution, and I'm able to come in and develop a piece of hardware, firmware, or software that addresses that problem and solves it. It's incredibly rewarding to me, and I don't do it only because of the monetary return. I feel like I have purpose. Like I have come into the world and found something that isn't correct. And I have created something that has modified that in a positive way.
And who you
I'm
doing
not
it
saying
for?
I'm sorry.
Who
I'm
you
just
doing it
being
for?
better.
Who you doing it for?
me.
Nah, get the fuck
See,
out.
when I
You're
entered,
doing it for people as well.
yes.
Because they're gonna use what you have created.
So
Yeah, I mean, the people are going to use
Straight up.
the
that's
people are going to
fair.
use
Yeah,
rum on the
that's
plate for
fair.
them too, for nutrition and like.
No, you're right. I
Yeah.
didn't think of it that way.
But-
You're right.
but
But,
so,
it's true.
like-
Very true.
Like, just to finish off the subject of the engineering side of it, when I am doing an engineering project, it is for something greater than myself. So it's like I'm not doing it for my own edification. It's I understand that it's going to have an impact on society, a group of people, and have influence. When I'm making a cocktail, it's my own, and so it's my
So it's more
artistic.
personal.
Exactly. Yes. So that's where it kind
This
of
is
divides the
baby.
line.
So no, so I'm with you. So like I don't know how to cook at all. Except for one thing.
Brisket.
I know how to smoke a brisket. That's
Which is so technical.
It's so
And
difficult.
It's like one of the hardest things to do properly.
and that's why I chose
Through
it.
time and temperature.
And that's why I chose it.
resting, fat control.
And
like,
that's why I chose it. Because I said, what's the most fucking hardest thing to smoke? And that's the fucking thing I'm
You're a
gonna
pain
pick.
in the ass.
I'm a giant pain in the ass. And I'm like, that's the fucking thing I'm gonna learn.
but if you're gonna shoot, might as well be the tightest fucking target.
Yeah.
Thank
If
you.
you're if
Thank
Yeah.
you. If I'm gonna do it,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
fucking doing it.
like
I'm not gonna
be
like
precise in it.
pussyfoot around or
But the idea of your process has been highs
it's like
and lows.
14 hours
But it,
of dedicated work.
but it
But you won't play golf.
no.
sounds
won't.
sounds like 14 hours a day to
Well,
dedicated
you know
work.
why? And you know what's interesting? Particularly, and I'm going to throw this in here because I'm not a people person per se.
We haven't noticed.
Yeah,
name is Michael.
I'm not a people person.
To you guys, it's Mike.
Like, the only people that I get are my family and then my close friends, which is at this table, obviously. And for them, I'm highly fucking protective. So those people I care very much about. If they need me, just drop a text. I'm there, right?
There we go.
That's true.
So
Absolutely,
when
I
I
believe it.
cook for them, and I don't eat it. I genuinely don't eat it.
Yeah.
My wife gets angry, and I've talked about this before. She'll take a chunk of it and separate it out and put it away for me.
So you can have it at a later time.
So that I can have it later, because
She
she
did
gets
that at the
angry. She's
event.
like,
Yeah.
you just put 14 hours in and you didn't have a bite. I don't care about eating it.
Yeah.
I only care about the look on everybody's face when they're eating it. And then tell
when
me
they
what they
see the results of the process that I just went
That's
through.
it.
Yes.
That's
It's
my
about
only
the process.
experience to connect with what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Other than that, I have no idea.
Because it's selfless.
It is. Yeah, it's kind of.
Cook,
yeah.
When I cook for my family, I'm no Chef Frankie.
Yeah.
Long shot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
when
I
they
hear you.
clean their plates and they walk and then they go to sleep,
So rewarding.
they're out cold. I'm like, now I can get some emails done. Because they are satisfied.
Right.
Everybody's good and they're happy.
Smile on their face.
And see,
yeah.
and my approach at home with food is different. Like my approach for food at home is less. Like I don't. If I have the opportunity for us 5 to sit on a table, I don't want to be in there over the board and over the stove. I want to do something that's so easy that we can sit here and talk about
Right.
this.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
I'm self-sacrificing all day, shackled to the
right.
fucking oven,
Yeah.
sweating, and
Yeah. Let's DoorDash some burritos.
Yeah, like-
That's it.
Exactly.
yeah, like
yeah.
let's make it easy so we can enjoy the quality time that
Yes.
I don't get because I'm away from all of it.
Because we're creating memories and experiences.
Because we're
and
providing
that's
this
what it's all
service
Exactly.
and this thing for everybody else. And to the question of why, man, I really wish I had the answer because I don't, and I don't think it's specific of like there being a very. If I gave you this answer, then it'd make all the sense, and then we can just move on. And
No,
like,
I get it. That's an
Right.
honest
It's
answer,
a
though.
broad though. It would be
it's-
so broad.
It's
like,
hard.
keep going on.
It's
and
really
on.
hard to
Yeah.
put your finger on it.
and it's not direct like, well, because if I do that, and then and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that
not
makes
like
all the
that.
sense.
It's not like that.
Because we do it, and then we get beat up for it, and we do it, and we get praise for it.
Yeah.
And we do it, and we just don't. No one notices at all sometimes, and there's
Yeah.
no accolades to
But
thankless
you keep
position.
doing it.
Sometimes, like no one ever says, like I do all this shit for my staff. No one ever, like my staff doesn't come up to me and go, "Thanks, chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
no.
you're my hero today,
No.
Chef, I'm leaving.
No.
That's what they say.
chef. I stubbed my toe. I can't come into
I'm
work
done.
today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stubbed my
And
toe.
it's nice because like you guys are like, damn, thanks, dude. That was so good.
Yeah.
This was great. Whatever.
Yeah.
This was a little bit whatever, or I didn't like that as much. Great.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
Wouldn't you guys agree that, and at least for me it is that sharing, not just eating, sharing a plate and a drink with people that you want to share an experience with is part of fundamental to the human experience. Fundamental.
It's the driving force.
One of the things that I saw that was so interesting that I actually was really pleased
This is
to
good
see.
stuff. What is? I don't. This is really.
Dude, it took me forever to find the bottle.
Red breast single.
Please don't read it like
still
that.
Shut the fuck up.
Can you read it in the English accent, please?
Oh, read it. No, Nigerian. You're Nigerian.
Oh, are you ready? This is the red breast single pot
Oh,
still
my God, I'm
Alice
glad.
Don't you
Linsky.
disrespect
Hey,
me.
shut the fuck up. It has been aged 12 years. What I will not do is go into the 400 years of oppression. I'm going to pour you a drink,
Yeah.
even though you white
Humbly,
man.
humbly,
Hold on.
humbly.
Hey,
You gotta be the one to pour?
I gonna pour it, but don't make it a fucking habit. Okay. You want some? You got enough. You got enough. You got enough. All right. I wasn't gonna do, but I did that. If you cut this from the reel, I cut you. I talk about you. You know who you are behind the camera. Hey, look at me.
We're getting
There you go. We're getting canceled.
So this is the real thing. Is
Oh, this
that,
is very real.
It's very real.
not that none of this has been not real. When I started cooking, no matter what, I knew consciously that this is going to be a life skill that I took with me. I was going to be able to share with my friends and my family. And that no matter what, even if I stop being a cook or a chef, At any
It was
point,
still a gift.
it was still
Sure
a
gift.
series of skills
Yes.
that I would be able to apply to myself, my personal life, without even having to make money from it. And the better I got in that skill,
Love that.
would be the more benefit my circle
Makes you
forever.
makes you better.
Forever.
Don't be sorry.
Be better.
No, it makes you better.
But it
makes you a better
but it
human
makes
being.
this time better.
Yeah.
It
makes
absolutely does.
the fucking court time better because our food experiences are better, right? When we travel, it's not just like, oh, let me go see the museum. It's so dimensional,
Yeah.
right? I go places for food, and then I also get to. That's so focused in the culture, right? And then I get to see some of the other things that are like specific to that place. Like people travel for all sorts of different reasons. I travel specifically because, like, man, I want to taste the flavor. I'm going to Oaxaca for mole.
I agree.
I'm
with
going.
you.
I'm going to France for
Yeah.
for butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when in doubt, butter it out. Like, I go to places because at the end of the day, this is what we've been doing together, families, whatever, forever.
All recorded history.
In order for us to survive.
Yeah. Well, you know, so funny. When I went to London earlier this year, I went to the bar and the guy had the smoked old fashioned, and I tagged you. I was like, Joe, do you have this equipment? He's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to come by, but we can see what we can do. But I took all of that because I've never done it before. Going out and just looking at these different experiences and how
That was like your first time doing that?
doing that. And it was in my
was
own
cool.
country.
That's cool.
And it was just like, I gotta tag Joe. I gotta tag the boys. I was tagging you guys. I was like, yo, guys, you had this scotch before?
Yeah.
And now, so I did it. And I enjoy it. So now when I travel, I'm going.
It changes the game.
I'm actually going with you guys in mind. When
It
Kim and I
changes the game.
travel in July, I'm going with you guys in mind. I want to know about this food. I want to know about this scotch. I want to know about this whiskey. I want to know about this cocktail.
But you want to know about the people that enjoy it there.
The culture.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And the connection to the culture
Yes.
is through the things that they're feeding themselves.
Yeah. Heck yes.
Because there's no fucking hotel on the hillside overlooking everybody else. It's like this is how you've made it this far. Yeah, the pyramids are amazing and it's like all the process to get them to where they're at is like notable.
Yeah.
But like what do the people eat?
Yeah.
Like,
I literally travel to talk with the cab drivers, the Uber drivers, the bartenders, the staff at the restaurant, the chef.
You do what Jacob does.
And there's other cool shit that you get to see along the way.
It's an
Which
encapsulation.
is amazing.
On my travels to
culture.
get there, like
Yeah.
you're saying, then I have all these experiences. But I find that all over the world, no matter where I'm at, wherever I've been, and like I said, I'm lucky, I've been a lot of places. It is always, there's this underlying common denominator and thread that permeates all the countries all over the world, is that there's good bartenders, there's bad bartenders, there's people with energy, people not with energy, all these other things. And when you find one, despite the language barrier, despite the cultural differences, the lack of knowledge of their food choices and so forth, it is always an amazing experience. And you always go like, that place was really cool. I don't remember what I ate.
You're right.
I don't
Doesn't
remember what I
matter.
drank.
Exactly.
Right.
But it was fucking cool.
was cool.
And I would go back
Go
there
back.
that second.
Yeah.
And I'll
The
tell
next
10
time I'm back
friends.
here.
And I'll
Heck
tell
yeah.
10
Grass
And I'll
is
tell all
marketing.
my friends.
Heck yeah. I'm
All my
tagging them on
friends.
social media.
I'm thinking of a
Yeah.
spot like somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Scotland. I'm thinking of a spot somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Ireland. In Korea, in Shenzhen, in Guangzhou, China, all these places, right?
Yeah.
There's these little spots where you meet these people, and it's the people
It is.
and the delivery of whatever it is that means something to them that just fucking just like brands you in your brain, and it sticks with you.
Yeah.
And that's living.
That's a memory.
It's living.
memory.
Yeah.
It's living. It's so cool. Better than the toys that you buy.
Yeah.
Way better than the toys
Oh,
that you
absolutely.
buy.
The experiences you really can't pay for them. You
cannot pay for 'em.
And we were
you
talking
pay
about-
for them, but you can't really pay for
Well,
them.
we were talking about that on the way up because I just had a really awesome interaction I was playing golf with my buddy the other day, and sometimes you have these interactions that is not necessarily describable. Like, I can't really tell you about this person. It's more like an experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't really tell you about this thing. It was more like an experience.
Agreed.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
this smoked old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 words, right? But it's an experience.
It really
and
was, right?
I would try to articulate it if I
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
right? If there was this detailed, poetic way of being long-winded about the way that it tasted and the balance on your palate and how these things, these flavors come together. And at that point, I'm like, man, I just want to experience it.
I just want to experience.
Yeah.
It needs to be an experience rather than a story. And food and beverage, and that combination is one thing. I think it's the people that are at the heart of those experiences, driving everyone to also want to share the idea of like, let me give you an experience that you can't really talk about.
Right.
They need to bring someone in and be like, hey, you just gotta see it.
Exactly.
Like, I want to talk about killer whale jumping out of a pool, but until you go see it, until you see it,
It's just like, what the hell are you talking about?
what are you talking about?
I also think
overrated.
the imprint is so powerful because you think about it, a human being organically functions by taking in information and experiencing its environment with 5 mediums, right? You only have 5 senses.
Right.
Food, spirit, and interacting with a person. Everything from like shaking their hand to having sex with your wife, right? They're multi-sensory experiences. They hit you in all of those senses at
now
once.
accepting all applications for future live. Shameless plug. I just got to throw that. I was like, that sounds like your own experience.
Hashtag Frankie.
Yeah,
Frankie.
it sounds like your own experience.
Sure.
Hashtag me.
Yeah. Hashtag.
Yeah.
But it hits all of the sensory environments, right? Yeah. So it's such a huge imprint. You have smell, you have taste, you have sight, you have sound, you have touch. Mm. So you get blasted, right? If you listen to music, it's fantastic, but it's auditory. If you watch a movie, it's auditory and it's visual, right? Yeah. But food, it's everything, man.
It's all of it.
It's all of it, all at once.
Yeah. But also with the cocktail thing too, right? Because you're smelling it, you're tasting
all of it. All texture, all of it.
The glass, the shape.
So it's so powerful.
It's weight.
So
it's
powerful.
Design. Like they're all. It's
everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
This is not an accident. This is not an accident.
And connections with people, same thing.
Yeah. You can't buy that.
You can't buy that.
No.
So we take all of our resources to absorb experience are just saturated by these experiences. And I think that's why they're so powerful. And it makes us feel like we're alive. Like we can and are here.
Which I think is cool because you guys create this environment. Yeah. Like we're a part of this full sensory situation and we're super stoked to be here. And I think
super stoked you're here.
Yeah. this is
we've been talking about it. I was like,
this is next level.
I was like, what do you think? And I was like, dude, I have fucking no expectations. Like, no way. I'm just coming in like I'm just a blank canvas.
Bringing your vibe.
Exactly.
We've had the benefit of having really awesome experiences.
We hung out.
Both on the court and off.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm like, dude,
which brings us
I
here
didn't
today.
and I was like, this is a really well lit room. And I was like, we're just saying nothing points.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
And this is the full exponentially thing because like we're it's taste, it's touch, it's smell, it's
sound,
all
it's
of it.
visual,
It's cool.
all of it.
And
all
so
of the above.
you guys are creating your own.
But dude, if
sensory.
on our journey, on the ride, right? Because it's a short ride on this rock,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
It's a short ride.
And it goes fast.
It goes really fast.
Could y'all not talk about death, please? We just talking about.
We're talking about life.
That's what we're talking about.
Talk about life here.
You don't know, but it's
talking
really
about
short.
life.
I'm like, damn, what time is it?
We're talking about life, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
We're hurtling around on a small little rock
right.
through a
So
cosmos.
so there's urgency to be better.
Yeah.
There is urgency to be better.
Very
We gotta
much
get
so.
some Be Better stickers, I think.
Yeah, we
I
are.
think
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
gotta
are.
do
I think
stickers.
we heard it
Yeah,
right.
we are.
Yeah.
And I
We'll go
think
with
that having experiences like this and having these kinds of conversations, you know what, with social media and a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, you don't get the multi-sensory experience that you have of looking somebody in the face. I think it was Mike Tyson that said the biggest problem with social media is now is a motherfucker doesn't know what it's like to say the wrong thing and get his face.
Yeah, get punched in the face.
Was Mike Tyson said
Well, he did. Well, you know what's so funny?
Philosopher of his own time, right?
Yeah, but on his flight from wherever he was coming
Beat the
from or
shit out of
going
him,
to,
motherfucker.
the guy kept pressing,
And he
kept
was
pressing.
doing it. He was doing it for his fucking feed.
Yeah, and then Mike turns around and beats the hell out of him. And then the person that's sitting next to him was like, "Listen, let me tell you what happened."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you." I took a picture with Mike, and the guy behind him kept pressing Mike. And when Mike turned around to beat the hell out of him, I just sat there like, "You should have fucked with Mike, because I'm gonna move the hell out the way."
Dude, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
He's a natural born killer.
If I'm sitting next to Mike Tyson, I'm gonna be like, "You mind if we take a pic?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." And, you gonna take a pic.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm
100%
done.
leave him alone.
But if you keep fucking with him, I'm like, you know who you fucking with right now?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Like, we gonna have an emergency landing because you're an idiot.
Because we're gonna be reviving you back to life.
Right.
But I think that
Clear.
and don't fucking say it. I'm an older guy.
Yes, you are.
And big fucking
guy.
set myself up for that.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
And
That's why you had to pee.
I think that's one of the things that are really. We all know it was
Okay.
I led the way, but you followed.
I did.
Guilty.
The loss of connection. Well, not a connection. The loss of experience that people have by sitting and sharing like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And that's really what this show is about.
Yeah.
Is pulling people in to sit down, share some spirits. Today has been fucking phenomenal because we also had fucking amazing food.
Yes.
That was curated between spirits and food, so it was like next level. That was like a whole other level.
Yeah.
Which we genuinely didn't even fucking know was gonna
No.
happen.
You was like, are they coming? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they at?
Yeah. I'm like, can we order pizza? And to be able to do this, I think is almost becoming a lost art in a lot of ways.
Connection.
Yes, because
Personal
it's
connection.
like
Genuine.
I'm gonna
connection.
Teams you.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Genuine connection.
He said, "I see your personal. I raise you a genuine."
Raise you.
Yeah.
But
But that's
And
why
I
we-
gladly accept it.
But
Take my
we
money,
connect.
sir. Yeah.
We make it our
Genuine.
business
100%.
to connect at least once a week at the club.
No, but you drive that.
Yeah.
You drive that.
I-
Because
Once
he and I are fine like teams.
Yeah.
Zoom.
I'm like, no.
Can we
I'm
do
like,
a call?
Yeah.
But I shared with them on the onset. I said, we're all men. We have our families. We have our careers, whatever the case may be. And I said, but I need this, especially, post-COVID. I kind of need this connection with men to discuss, to chew the fat, to laugh, to talk, to drink.
Sure.
Which is a very strong statement because I don't think we talk about that enough.
We don't.
We
Please
don't.
go there.
We don't.
We're
Go there.
going there right
Go
now.
there.
Go there.
Go there.
Go there.
Because I think there's not enough bromance.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Because we
Thank
are
you.
going out after this.
We
Thank you.
certainly are going to do a
Yes,
whole
we
lot
are.
of things.
A whole bunch.
Hell yes.
I cooked for my family, so I'm going out.
Yeah, but I
after
think
this.
it's like so easy
Yeah.
to acknowledge that we have to censor some of the things
Yeah.
as men.
Yes.
And there's some content going around about
Toxic
it,
male.
right? Or like we have to
we
we got to push things down, or we're not allowed to talk about things. We can't be expressive. I can't use words like
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
like this makes me this, or
Yes.
I can't have an emotional
Yes.
reaction of that.
Talk about it. bro.
But we just like because I'm connected to all my sensory
Yeah.
like situation in order to provide
Can't
this
change-
plate
you
of
can't
food.
change who
It's-
you are, bro.
But I also like, I also want someone to tell me that I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
Or I want someone to tell me that I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
Or I want someone to tell me that it's okay that I fucked up because this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
a safe place to do it. And
Yeah.
there's a good group of people that's going to
Yeah.
pick you up off
Yeah.
the floor and like help you go again.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because we can't talk about it. We can't be vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
We can't be sensitive, right? We can't be. We
But
have to be
you know what?
providing.
But that's the
and, like,
problem. We should be able to share with one another and be like, Lem, Mike, Jacob, Joe, Frankie. Hey, man, that's good, man. I'm behind you. When we show up to Joe's competition, we're not showing up because he's the bar manager at the Uclub. We're showing up because he's Joe, and we're chanting Joe, and we're gonna continue to chant
the
Joe.
spiritual support
Exactly.
of this man.
If Frankie is having a chef competition, we're not over there going, chef, chef, chef. No, we're here for Frankie.
Yeah.
Because Frankie comes out and interacts with us.
100%.
So we are going to support, we're not supporting chef.
Yeah.
We're supporting Frankie.
Yeah.
And we should be able to continue
'Cause
to do that.
Because I think that our counterpoints
Yeah.
make strong efforts to make all these things
man.
that
Yeah.
create all these spaces and
Yes.
activities and different mindsets. Whether it's like hey, it's a girls' trip. Why is it a girls' trip? So that we can reset, rejuvenate,
Yes.
refocus.
Well, we
right?
fucking did that, boys.
Yeah, this is my fucking retreat.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he's
Yeah. It's like, we went up to LA there, and yeah, that was.
That was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
That's
tell
it, yeah.
you, Mike was away, and so Jacob invited me to the SEMA car show in Vegas.
How was it?
It was
Outstanding
freaking
as always.
awesome. We did not hit not one strip club, not one casino, nothing.
because
your
you're
wife's watching, or
because
No,
You're always on camera.
I know, but because he showed me a different experience.
Well, yes, let's go back to that part.
Look.
Oh.
I would have went, but he showed me.
But see, like when I go to
Got
Vegas,
something else in there.
It doesn't matter.
and so like when I go to Vegas, it is for the experience. It's like I'm not going there
I think
for.
our Vegas experiences are going to be completely different.
Well, see, and see, that's where
That's why I
I
can't
kind
go
of
with
divide a
you,
little bit,
No, you
bit
can't.
different. Is it's like I am looking for the
even go
sensory
myself.
experiences, like we were discussing. So I am trying to find the very best foods with, of course, the very best ambiance and the experience. I mean, of course, the staff provides that. So hence, which led me in.
Vegas?
Yes.
Oh, dude,
It
it's
is
there.
there.
Well, you know, he's an anomaly, as you always call him.
I know.
He's an anomaly.
I know.
Okay?
So there are some spaces in Vegas that are absolutely just phenomenal with their curation of their menu, with the experience they provide, with the ambiance that they basically impress upon the entire space.
Makes you
It's
wanna
like
go
one
right
we had
now.
brought up the
Yeah, let's
laundry
go.
room, and then
Yeah.
unfortunately, much to our dismay, Lost Spirits is no longer there.
That
But
upset
they
the whole
also were always about creating an experience
Yes.
for the consumer. So when you went there, it wasn't like you're at a bar, you're drinking, oh, there's all these different shows going on. It was, this is an experience for you to capture and absorb and take back with you.
You don't think Manhattan's better?
I haven't been to Manhattan yet, so I can't speak to that.
Well, you know,
I've been to both,
he's
and
been both. What do you think?
I fucking love Vegas.
More than Manhattan?
I love Vegas. I love the fact that Manhattan never sleeps. And I never sleep in Vegas either. But
Like Vegas doesn't sleep
He
either.
brings the same vibe,
Yeah,
baby.
like,
Vegas don't sleep either.
I think it,
But Manhattan to me, well, I was born in Queens, so you got
Fair
all
enough.
the greatest
Okay.
of all.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
But Manhattan to me is authentic on what it's doing, both in the people, the culture, the history, all of it.
undeniable.
Vegas is like a movie set.
Mm-hmm.
They spun it up,
Yep.
put in a lot of pretty pictures, a lot of pretty boards and walls and paint, and then spun it up. Don't get me wrong, Vegas is a moment. It's a great experience.
Well, Vegas is built
I like the
differently because see,
I like the authenticity of Manhattan.
See, Manhattan was built very organically. Well,
Yes.
Vegas was established by organized crime, so it was a little different.
Dude, it's an oasis in the desert.
So I feel so good.
So if Jacob doesn't appear on the next episode, is because he
Yeah.
exposed organized crime.
He
You
may
know
or
what
may,
going on,
he
man.
may or may not be.
well, I
the Hoover Dam at
Right.
the bottom of it.
I cannot acknowledge or deny that I might know mobsters, but that's besides the
Dude,
point.
don't do that on film.
No,
Don't
of
do
course
that.
not. That's what I'm saying. I
This-
Can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, this is the edited part.
exactly.
All right, I get
So-
it. So it's an experience.
It's
and
part
you
of the
find
experience,
that
and-
environment gives you that opportunity.
Well, in any environment, you have to find it. It's like you're not just going to walk into an area and be like, I'm going to get the experience I'm looking for. It's like you have to also seek that. Because when you're at a space, just like Vegas, it's like, sure, you can go down the strip all day long. And
Strip sucks.
yeah, I'm going to get to the point of, you wander up and down it, and it's just, if you're seeking out like a speakeasy that's going to fit a certain motif, it's hard to find because it's
okay.
not what it's created
So
for.
I will give you that.
Yeah.
This
But
guy,
don't- but
this
don't you
guy
think-
is the king of speakeasies.
I love that.
Like straight up king of speakeasies.
But don't you think there's don't you think there's like a little bit of like the rapport and like the energy in the people that are there and
Yes.
the diversity of the people that are
Yes,
there?
I
Like
agree
people
with you.
watching. One of my favorite sports.
It's really cool.
It's amazing.
It's really
All walks and different
Yes.
places and origins and
And they're for
shapes
all
and
sorts of
sizes
different
and
reasons.
all the different things, and you're
All
listening to
sorts
some
of
of the
different
stories
reasons.
and like,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's for me. That's the energy, and that's what I tap into, amongst many other things, of course.
Other
But
things we can't discuss. Stop messing up our boys' trip.
Stop
man.
using cat.
So let me ask you a question. You talk about the experiences, and we've all shared about our different experiences in the Uclub and the drinks and the food and things like that. But not all of these experiences have been birthed out of surfing, hanging out, having a good time. There were some difficult moments that you kind of had to overcome to share these experiences at the Uclub with us, with family, other people.
Oh, you're gonna get deep.
I'm getting ready to whew,
Damn.
Here
bring
it
it.
is.
All right.
Okay.
Right at the end here.
How
All
how
right.
did you
Here we go.
how did you navigate those different waves to get to this place of, I would say, excitement and joy of what you do?
I think from the darkness comes the light,
Yeah.
right? Just like all seasons, good or bad, pass. And you need to be at a low point or whatever. You need to be challenged in order to really know what reward is,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there is no
Hell
dark.
yeah.
There's no light without dark.
there's no, like
You got to go
need-
through it.
you have to, and you can. I think pain is purpose. Like I really think like struggling hard on something,
Yeah.
being by yourself, and there's no lifelines.
Makes
Like
you
even
better.
even when there's a bunch of people there to help you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And some of are like, hey, what's this? Like, what's being a man? And can you
Yeah.
ask for help? And
Mhm.
like, are you strong?
Yeah.
Even if you do,
Mhm.
right? I think when it hurts is like when it's really time to like dig in.
Yeah. To
right?
grind,
Like,
right?
Yeah, like that's when you don't quit. That's when you know it's working.
Because we talk about the grit
Yeah,
with the production company.
and it comes in different
Ascot.
forms,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I played golf the other day because my best friend, I'm his best man at his wedding. I've known him since grade school. We've roommates, and we're homies.
Is he here in San Diego?
Yeah, he lives in San Marcos.
Awesome.
He's about a month out. His wife had a baby shower, so he got a round of golf together for the boys. Right,
Wonderful.
His first.
Congrats.
We are so excited about it.
Excellent.
As a
Cheers to the
community.
baby.
Oh,
Yes.
Healthy,
Yeah.
healthy baby
Yes.
and wife, all of them.
Yes, that's awesome.
And so, damn, I forgot I was on a really good.
Played a round of golf with your buddy. Just had a baby.
He's
got
going
the
to have
boys
a
together.
baby.
Yeah.
Going to have a baby. Got boys together for a round.
And I just think it's like the defining moment of making the decision in. He turned 40 in last November. I wasn't able to be there because I was at work.
Yeah.
There was an event
Yeah.
from it was a member event
Right.
specific that like, hey, this is the thing going on.
Yeah.
And to not be there, to be supportive of someone that's been so impactful on like you and your development and things like these are the self-sacrificing things that no one like really understands. These are the things that like these cut you deep, and on top of losing jobs or losing people or missing out on experiences, the things that help fuel our natural battery.
Yeah.
Right? The sun gives us the vitamin D, gives us the energy, but we also look for different sources of
Agreed.
how to recharge our systems, right? And if you miss out on those things, it's not just like, oh, they can like my boy's not going to turn 40 again.
No.
Right.
It's only
Yeah,
one
he'll
time.
have many more birthdays, and I
true.
will have an opportunity to be
true.
there. But the things that are so impactful that we need to, as people, to recharge ourselves, that we miss out on,
Yeah.
and but if I didn't do my best to be this best person, would it make it worth it?
Yeah.
Right? Am I just doing it for myself, or am I doing it now for him
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else, so that there's validation at the end of it?
Yeah.
That it's not wasted. It's because you are going to separate yourself from the herd. You're going to be the individual. You are going to be the trendsetter or the pioneer, the first one through the wall, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The first of your family to do this, or whatever your story is. There's sacrifice.
Do you think that drive is innate, or you think it's learned?
I think both. I think you can have
I think there's something innate.
I think that you either have it or you don't. Either
Right.
you're like
But you could cultivate it at some point.
I don't think so. Not the same degree.
I think that you can have a source of it, and someone can tap into that, and then you can be fueled.
I don't think it's the same level.
But
I think there's
No.
I think there's something innate in certain people.
But I also think that's like also with talent though too, right? There's those who are naturally gifted,
yeah.
and those who have to
that
work
learn it.
harder.
Yeah,
Who
but
have to work
I think
harder.
that's degrees of success. I think that the level of talent dictates degrees of success. So I think that there's something innate in certain people that regardless of where they start, it doesn't matter whether you start with $1 million or you start with no dollars. There's something innate that drives you to challenge yourself and put yourself in conflict to get better. And then you keep growing, and then based on talent, that curve starts to define itself.
But see, I think that if we were to dig deeper, we should look at environment.
That does play a huge role.
A humongous role.
100%.
Huge role.
And because you can look
role.
at environment and say, okay, your family has gone through this, that, and the third. How in the hell did you escape that?
But is environment connected to resources?
Yes. Yes. I say yes.
Because even if your family had those challenges and you still had all the resources based on your environment, would you
But would you have the resources if you were in the wrong environment? I say no.
But see, you could come from an environment, have no resources, and strive and then accomplish something that your environment is like, what the
Agreed.
hell?
Agreed.
How
And you
did
could
that
also
happen?
come from an environment with
Yeah.
all the resources in the world
And don't come with
do
shit.
jack shit.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, that's where the ethical dilemma
no,
arises.
that's why
and
I
that's-
say it's
and that-
innate.
And that's why the
Okay.
pain is
That's why
part
I
of
say
the
it's innate.
process.
Yeah.
Because
it's innate.
more times than not, we as we learn, there's more of a lesson from what we don't want than what we, like. As a cook, I've learned more from cooks that I don't want to be. Right, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, education
and
is
I
almost
will
a little
not
bit.
be that guy.
Yeah, like I'm gonna try I'm just gonna push me so hard because I hear all of these people being like, dude, that guy or that person or whatever they are based on their physical, their mental, like their spiritual, whatever they're putting out into the whatever their vibe is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna learn how to not be that person, so I can continue to be.
Because
Like, I can be the light.
All of my instructors, I don't want to be like any of them.
What do you mean instructors?
People that have called themselves to raise me up in the particular field that I'm in.
You don't want to be any of them.
Hell no.
Okay,
I will
but-
never be.
But we've talked about this.
Yeah.
You and I coming up from where we came from, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
limited resources.
Yeah.
There are many people that we grew up and came up with that had more ability, maybe even, than we had.
And they have not accomplished
And they
anything.
didn't do jack shit.
Because you outwork them.
Yes.
Outwork them.
And it
But
started
why?
here first.
But why?
But look,
But why?
But before
Well,
we
that-
say, before we get to the why, Mike, I want to share this real quick. There is someone that I know. They are in their early 60s now.
Okay.
You know what their mindset was? You should be grateful I'm lazy.
What?
Exactly. That was their mindset. That was their comment.
I genuinely have never heard that before.
They said you should be
I'm very
grateful.
confused with this.
I'm getting ready. I'm going
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
They should, and I'm going back to
Yeah,
my
do it.
roots of like ministry and church.
go.
And he's like, the Rev should be grateful. I'm lazy because if I wasn't lazy, I could make more money somewhere else. And it took someone that was like 10 years younger than me, and he said to me, he's like, Lim, did you hear what so and so said? I was like, what? He was like, you didn't listen to what he just said. I said, what did he say? He said, he should be grateful I'm lazy. And he said to me, Lem, they are grateful that they're lazy because they get to use them for what they want so that they can be great. Other person now, off
Holy
their
fuck.
3 talents that were amazing, he's then had a stroke and will never ever use them ever again.
Like I literally have my synapses are not.
Okay,
connected.
so let me apply.
All over the
let me
place
apply it
now,
to my
like-
Bring it
life.
home for me.
Let me apply it to my life.
Bring it home.
I'm glad that
I'm
my
actually
staff.
having trouble following.
I'm
that.
grateful that my staff's
little bit.
lazy, because if they were so intended on being the best, then they would be where I'm at, and I wouldn't have them. And I wouldn't have them.
Come on, chef.
Right?
Come
I
on,
wouldn't
chef.
have them.
You're not really grateful about that, are you?
I'm super grateful that my team's self-sacrificing for me.
Oh, okay.
Because if they wanted to learn the skills and the tools necessary to separate themselves from the herd to be me, then I wouldn't have them.
Yeah. He would be prepared. See, but his mindset is to prepare them. If they're going to be better than him, to prepare them to send them out because he is the head chef in charge.
Right. Yeah, but he
other
earned that.
right.
He wasn't given that.
But other people will take their laziness and be like, well, shit, I'm not pouring anything.
I'm okay because I have this job. I'm comfortable
Come
here.
on.
This is okay. I'm making enough money.
Yep.
Okay, but I'm gonna take it, and this is absolutely not to take anything away.
No.
from you,
I
chef.
just think I wanted to relate it.
No,
in
yeah. So not
Yeah.
to take anything away from you, chef, but truthfully, trying to be a head chef at the stature that you're at takes a tremendous amount of dedication, discipline, persistence, focus, right?
Mm-hmm.
For somebody else, Sue on down, to be able to match, right?
Mhm.
There are lots of bartenders.
Mhm.
There's a lots of fucking
Lots
bartenders.
of bartenders.
Lots of bartenders.
who's
Really
putting
good
in the-
bartenders.
Really good bartenders.
Really good bartenders.
Yeah.
But they can't fucking do what you do. They can't do what you do.
Wait, but see, I would disagree. They could.
No.
If they put the
If
work
they
and
weren't
the
lazy,
time
if they
in.
weren't grateful for being
Be lazy.
No,
Thank
see,
you.
so that proves my point.
But
they
there's
don't
also-
fucking do it, so they can't.
Okay.
They
Okay.
can't.
All right.
Either do
I think
it.
to your point is that we
either
all
do-
have the capacity
To do.
to
Yeah,
to
we
make
all
the
spend
choice.
too much fucking time talking about people's potential. Fuck potential, okay? Either fucking do it or don't,
do it.
Like Yoda.
And-
Like,
and
do
then-
or not do.
There
That's
is,
it.
There is
And
no
then if-
try.
There's no try.
And then if you
There's no
don't
try.
do, I'm
Yeah.
grateful for you not doing
Do it.
to a certain
I
capacity.
don't know that you're grateful because they don't matter. You're going to do it whether they do it or not.
Well, I
He's
need them
grateful
in order-
because
I
he
can't-
needs
I
them
can't
to
serve the
produce.
club, all the banquets, all the things by myself. I can't cook all the food. I
You
can't
can't do it.
I can't.
Yeah, but I think that there are certain people that are driven to certain roles for as those roles play to whatever their journey is, right? So the people that are not you are
Work for him.
work for him and it serves their purpose on whatever their journey is. Maybe they want to be an actor or they want to be whatever they want to be, right? It isn't what you do because if they were going to do what you do, they would be chasing your job and they're not. Maybe there's one or two that
Man,
are.
I really hope they fucking do though,
Yeah.
Right.
because I need to be pushed.
Right.
Because how am I supposed to be better if no one's
Right.
pushing me?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
How am I supposed to run faster if there's nothing chasing me?
Right.
Right.
Right. But the reality is that you can't make somebody chase something that's not, I think, innately in them. And that's where I go back to the innate. I think there's something innate in certain people. And I'm obviously showing my hand. I honestly don't know what drives me. I don't know. From a little kid, I don't know. But I always, from as far back as I can remember, saying, I fucking want that.
Or I don't want to be that.
100%.
And that's the drive.
And that's what
That's
pushes
the
me.
drive.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
the
it.
drive.
Because you look
That's not what I want to.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
I
doing
am
that.
not going to be fucking that.
That guy.
And then I start watching movies, reading books, doing all this shit.
Let's
like,
go.
There's got to be
Let's
something
go.
else because I ain't doing that shit.
I'm not sitting on the sidelines.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting on the stoop drinking a 40 in a brown bag
As-
and then waiting for the world to hand me something.
Come on.
I'm not doing it.
As we have discussed, there are people, man, you might as well
Nothing
just-
wrong with a 40.
Yeah.
I love
They're
it.
delicious, but I don't want it.
No. I'd much rather have a.
I'd rather
Red
this.
12.
I'd rather have 18-year-old scotch.
But I've had people like, why are you doing this? Why are you
But I'm
moving?
humble enough to have a
Yeah.
40 though.
Fuck yeah.
Why are you moving to California?
We should
why
have
are you
40s
doing
next
this?
time.
No, sir. Why are you doing all of
40s
this?
Sir.
But look, but why are you doing all of this? Because I don't want to end up where you are. I don't want to go down fucking memory lane. I want to see what the future holds. And that's key.
Well, and so I think, a perfect way, wrap this up is kind of talk about our impact for
Are
the
you
future.
trying to close this shit up?
Well, we can't keep him here all day long. I mean,
Why not?
we have
He's
things
so
to
responsible.
do.
He's the youngest one at the table. And he's
I try to
Are
be
you
a little bit
tired,
responsible.
youngster?
I am not tired, I can tell you
buck.
that.
Your eyes look bloodshot red. What you been smoking?
Not yet.
That's what you've been having me drink. Yeah, it's the chartreuse. That's certainly what it
there's
is.
one-
Lifestyle.
He's so responsible.
He is responsible. Well, we want to talk about the grit, right? You want to talk about that's what you want
Just real quick, there's one quote that me and the boys always used to say is, I hate to lose more than I like to win.
It's true.
Hate to lose more than I like to win.
Man, we got a copyright.
And this is a fucking winner. We got a shit ton of hashtags.
There's like 6 trademarks in here.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, anybody steal our stuff, we're killing them.
But this is the idea.
I'm sorry.
When
we're hurting bad.
when you get strong, like focused people together, regardless of where you come from or where
Whatever
your
doesn't
matter what
altitude
you
is or
do.
what doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what you do.
The 1% attracts the 1%. Right?
Always.
Heck yeah.
And this is something that I'm super grateful for to be a part of and
All
for
of us.
the invitation.
I think all of us are here at the table are that way.
Totally.
Just to think about like strong, successful in our own disciplines.
Passionate.
Exactly. And what we want to do, whatever our sources of energy are, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's all
We're on a
whatever,
journey, man.
whatever it is, man, it doesn't fucking make a difference. When you get strong people together and you collaborate
build
and
each
you
other.
inspire,
Yeah.
I only want to see you guys be better, right?
I only want everybody at the table here to fucking blow it out of the just blow
And
it out of
then,
the water.
get your popcorn ready and watch the show.
Yeah.
So get your popcorn ready.
So can we wrap it up like this? Just
No, you're being responsible?
Nah, just a little bit.
You're gonna steal it from him? Because
yes.
you started it.
Yeah, I did.
Responsibility. What's
Jacob,
that?
we're coming back to you.
We're gonna come back. But you know what? Can we segue back to Jacob. What would you, Frankie, Joe, tell your 18-year-old self?
Oof.
You looked that shit up.
Don't hate, baby.
You want to
Don't hate. 1% attract 1%, baby.
That's like an interview question. You just
I like the question though. I'm
It
gonna
was
be honest.
It was fire, right?
I like the question. I
Wait,
really do.
Wait. That shit was fire.
that was a chat GPT. How do I finish off a podcast?
Nah, don't hate, motherfucker.
I like it. Isn't it great? I like it.
Wow.
Chef Frankie, Chef
I like it.
Joe, come on, baby.
Wait, give him more.
Yeah.
You need
I
more?
might need a strong pour on this one.
Jacob,
Because I think this one's like emotional. Because the 18-year-old versions of all of ourselves, I was fucking lost.
basket case,
Yeah.
too.
And that's why
A basket case.
you need to say something to him.
I was a complete fucking basket case.
And for me, I think what I would tell the 18-year-old version of myself, especially with like the 40-year-old version of myself,
You're
is
40?
I'm going to be in 2 weeks.
You are not 40 years old.
shock.
June 5th. June 5th.
Dude, June 5th?
Yeah.
Get out of here, baby.
Bro.
Let's go.
We're going to have drinks. For sure.
Hell yeah.
40 drinks.
40 drinks.
No,
The
no bullshit,
18
bro.
version of myself.
You look solid at 40, brother.
Thanks, dude. I
You look
appreciate
good. No,
that.
I mean it. I
Thanks.
mean it.
I think it's a mindset.
It is.
And I'm pretty much living the dream. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I would say that pain is progress. That you're gonna have to like lose a little bit in order to win.
Yeah.
You
Let's
are.
go.
And you're gonna lose time.
That's what you would tell
You're
your
gonna lose-
18-year-old self?
You're gonna lose time because I think that's as your youth. That's all you have.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing else. You have nothing. You have no responsibility. You fucking
true.
live under mommy's house.
Yes.
You don't gotta buy yourself toilet paper. There's shit in the refrigerator.
You said pain is progress?
pain
It
is progress.
I love
you
that.
have to lose in order to win. You're going to lose friends.
Yes.
You're going to lose experiences. You're going to lose time. And you're going to lose a fuck ton of effort. Money, all the things. Cars, women. Doesn't matter. You're going to lose all of it.
I lost
And no
all of
matter
that.
what, no matter what, 18-year-old self,
Yeah.
if you just stay on it
Stay the course.
and you stay focused and you stay disciplined with and stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Stay true to you. Don't be, I don't need to be something for you. I don't need to be something for you. This is me.
Let's go.
And I feel very comfortable where I'm at. And I feel very excited about the effort that I've made and that the 18-year-old version of like, what am I going to be when I grow up? It's going to be all right.
Joe.
That was solid, bro.
That was solid,
That was
baby.
very solid.
Hell yeah.
That was
I
solid.
think I got a fortune cookie the other day. So.
Yeah, you did. That was solid, dude.
Chat GPT?
Yeah, put that in your chat.
I think your 18-year-old self be looking at you like this.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Do you
What
want to hit
the
this joint?"
fuck?
Or like,
What are you saying?
You speak
Sorry,
some
you
real
speak
shit.
podcast,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Some
you're
real
dropping
shit.
some real.
And that's what I was gonna say. Is like that's like a real answer. But like for me, it was I would tell my like just live, like experience it, do everything that you can do.
Come on,
Like
man.
sleep for 4 hours a night and just be up and then just do life. But like the real response, like that's real. Like you're gonna do pain, you're gonna lose a bunch of shit. But like that's like my positive spin on it because I always want to be happy. Like whatever, like just have fun with life. Is just experience it. Okay, so you lost your car, you lost your house, you might be homeless for 45 days. That's an experience. Stay positive. Smile through it. You're homeless in Hawaii. Cool.
Pain is
Pain is progress. So that's the real answer.
man.
But I think that's
Accentuate
why
the positive
that's like
and eliminate the
much
negative.
better to smile than it is to frown. All that fucking bullshit, whatever. But like, live life. That's like just go out there, do it. Like I lived in a lot of places, and I'm from here. I always end up coming back here, but I lived. And I've done a lot of experiences. I've done every job at the restaurant, and like tell your 18-year-old self, do it all. Okay, and then you're also gonna like don't fight it. Like so many people have told me in my life, don't do that, don't do that. No, I know better than you. You shouldn't be doing that. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what I want to do because I want to experience it, and then I'm gonna learn from that. You know what I mean? Like that's my experience. I learned this. Now I know. But you could tell me like, yeah, that stove is hot. Well, I'm not gonna know until I touch it. You know?
That's me too.
Right? So I'm
Trial
just
by
gonna
fire,
experience
guys.
trial by fire. Like, okay, yeah, cool. Lem said it's hot. Let me make sure that it's really hot. Like it's his hot, my hot.
And then I have the scars, physical and metaphorical.
and metaphor and mental.
And then your experience will be completely different.
And then now you that
Well, I think it's all about the development and your experience and like
and
the
just
wisdom.
experience
What would be yours?
everything.
Yeah, that's a
My 18-year stuff is ignore people that try to control what you are destined to be and live. I like that live part.
Live.
I do too.
Yeah.
Live
so
it.
do I.
Yo, ignore everyone and live. Chase your dreams. Chase them until you get them in a fucking chokehold.
And then don't ever let go.
Never, ever.
Ever.
Because where I am now, I'm never letting go.
Because if it comes back to
You're
life,
never letting go.
Never.
then I gotta jump back on it and struggle.
Jacob, that was last week.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Hey, you did it.
What would you tell yourself last week?
I shouldn't have drank on Tuesday.
I should have studied that class.
Yeah. A burrito and a shower will take care of that for your 18. Or my 18-year-old.
All right, you're a little older.
Okay.
Just a
Smidge.
smidge.
That knowledge is power, and that applying that knowledge to your reality and to your own humanity and trying to create impact is the most important thing you can possibly do in life. And that was something certainly at 18 I didn't really realize. I was going a completely different direction in life, and then of course going through college I just had these different experiences that sort of showed me what life truly was and what I actually wanted to do, and to create that impact and create something positive that I can look back upon and think that I have hopefully improved someone else's frame of mind or someone else's life.
I feel that. Michael, because you
Knowledge
go
is
older
power.
than
Way
you
more
go older than
profound
everybody.
than
That
Why you gotta make me
That's
sound
smart- that's
older
a
than
smart
dirt?
answer.
That's the smartest.
Why you gotta make me sound
So-
older than dirt?
Mr. Lopez, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Hijo de madre. Le voy a decir a ti lo que va a hacer esto.
Really? I would say that too.
If I spoke Spanish.
If I was Spanish. Come on, what would you tell him?
I would say that when you're 18, you're trying to find a path. And I think that the path is hidden behind what you fear. So chase it. And that your greatest teacher is failure. And never be afraid to risk it and fail. Because it's your greatest teacher. Yeah.
To failure,
To
and
life
progress.
lessons.
Let's go, baby.
Salud.
Salud. Cheers. Cheers. Ascot.